I'm Tom from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the Aer Duffel Pack 3, which I've been testing for the last 3 weeks, and it's a part of their new and updated active line. So let's dive in and check out every single little detail of this bag. All right, so the main fabric on this bag is a 1680D Cordura nylon. And then we've got YKK zippers, both the Aqua Guard like you see here in the front and reverse coil like you see here on the sides. I think it works well for this type of a bag. Of course, Aer uses these materials all the time, so I think that works out well. Now let's kick it right off with the harness system. Got a couple things to say about this after I've done my testing. If you want to see a comparison of the Aer Duffel Pack 3 and the 2, make sure to check out our other video on quick hits. So after testing this thing, I did notice that this top handle, when the bag is tightened up to your body, if it's too tight and too high up on your back, this can kind of catch you on the neck a little bit because it is structured. So you've got this kind of seat belt-like material here that's soft and feels good in the hand, and then it's got this padding in the middle. So it's a bit stiff, and you can feel that hit the back of your head depending on how cinched up and tight you have the bag. Now, I don't think this bag needs load lifters, but it's getting pretty wide in the back. It fits me super well just being tall. I really like the height of this bag, and it's really comfortable. Some of Aer's shorter bags I'll kind of like have a weird space between my lower back that are just shorter, but this Duffel Pack 3 is tall, and I really find it super comfortable at 6'2". Now, if we look at the straps here, we got some breathable mesh, both on the back panel here with a little channel here, and on the straps themselves. So nice and padded in the back. Again, I found this bag to be super comfortable. We've got a little handle here if you want to carry it that also functions as a luggage pass-through if you are going to be traveling with this thing. Now we have an Aer Hypalon logo on the side, nothing special there, but just small, which I like. It's not just massive branding everywhere. And then on the opposite, the Wearer's right side, we have a little D-ring. So I've got a Night Eyes S-Beaner here with some hand sanitizer. You can use that any way you see fit. I like that Aer just gives you a D-ring. You know, they just give you a D-ring. You can attach stuff if you want. If you don't, it lays flat and is relatively inoffensive. It's just kind of there. Sternum strap, big fan of this style here. Used it a decent amount in testing, which is nice. You can take it off if you'd like because it's got these little 2 spacers. But I did like using it, and it's pretty well anchored. You can see it's not anchored in the middle, so it can slide across on that nylon strap. But overall it works well. And then we've got the elastic keeper here too, just to get rid of that flailing strap as well. I did wear this on my bike a lot, and it's nice aerodynamic feel on the back. And then I also like that these are, caps, so they're not whipping around in the wind, which is really nice. Same strap keepers here on the bottom of the bag too. Just some plastic Duraflex hardware here. Aer uses this on a lot of bags. I think that's a really solid choice for this. And then the straps just attach down here. Nothing too crazy or too special going on down here at the bottom. So that covers the harness system. Super comfortable. I really enjoyed testing it as well. Now, flipping it around back, let's talk about some of the other external features. So we've got the Aer logo on this side as well. No handle on this side. You can see the patterning has updated a bit from the Aer Duffel Pack 2. So if you want to take a look at the comparison, you can definitely check out that video. And then we have a handle on this side too as well. And it's pretty balanced. You can see it's tilting a little bit forward. It's always going to depend on how you pack it. Got a laptop in the back, some clothing up here. And carrying it by the handle is fine just for short distances. It's not a briefcase, and it's pretty thick and fat. But it's nice that they give you this as an option here as well. Already covered the top pocket, but just to give you another angle and view of it, there we go. And then let's talk about the water bottle pockets on the side. So I know a couple of you have been disappointed, at least from the comments in the last video, that Aer has removed this little admin pocket they had on the 2. So now they have 2 water bottle pockets here, which I think is fine. I mean, We had one commenter on the comparison say that they keep coffee on one side and water on the other. So I think that's a good idea, especially like for a gym bag, if you're gonna be taking a lot of fluids with you or like a protein shake. I think the 2 water bottle pockets is like a thoughtful, conscious design decision for the bag. But you lose that admin pocket. So just to note that between the 2 and the 3. Now we've just got this kind of gusseted material here and then an elastic band to keep it together. I personally liked Aer's older style of water bottle pocket that kind of had a zipper down the middle. So go take a look at like the Aer Travel Pack 2 review, you'll see what I mean. But these ones do the job and things stay in pretty well. So this is actually an empty bottle and it's really light, but pretty hard to like slide out of there. You can see it slid out a bit, but there's not really any like grippy material on the backside of this. It's just that 1680D Cordura nylon. So just something to note. I think it totally works, but there are better bottle pockets out there, even though these are pretty good. Cool. And then let's just start, with the shoe compartment on the bottom. So here we've got these Hypalon little breathe holes at the bottom. There used to be like 2 little O-rings here on the number 2. I'm just gonna stop comparing the 2. You can just go watch that video if you wanna see it. But yeah, Hypalon vent holes here on the top. And then this opens up. I also think this is less jingly. It's still, you can hear the jingle, but it's less jingly than other Aer bags. And this is a smaller zipper pull now here. And it's got the paracord, which is traditional for Aer to do, but the zippers are less jingly. That's always a con we have with their bags. They're still a little jingly, but they are getting better. So just note that. When we open it up, I have a pair of 10.5 Vivo Barefoot Gobi 2s in here. So there you go, if you wanna see those. And you can kind of see, I just want to try to give you a view in here. I've got them stuffed way down to the bottom, and there's some pretty good space here still at the top. So you can kind of see we've got this much extra space. I don't know the maximum size shoe that will fit in here, but these are 10.5s, just for your visual reference. So I think you should be able to fit most shoes inside of here. I'm actually going to put these back in so we can see how that interacts with the front duffel pocket when we open that up. Gonna zip this single zipper track back up. There we go. And let's get into the duffel section next. So we have a AquaGuard YKK zipper up here. This zips decently well. A commenter on our last video asked if there was an improvement on this for the 2. I mean, these are always sticky, especially if you go around curves, these YKK AquaGuard zippers. In this curve here, I think it handles it well, right? So I think that totally works just fine. The problem that you get with these is when the curve gets a little more aggressive and it's just gets a little bit sticky with these YKK AquaGuard zips that we've noticed. But overall here, it's pretty good and I think it works. It's a gradual enough curve to where you're not gonna get that stick. So let's open it right up. Got a little pull tab here you can see I was using. Also like a little loop if you want to throw a carabiner on there and anything else, but a little pull tab for the zippers, so hold that, unzip this, and then I'll just unzip this one as well. And we get access to this big giant duffel here. I've got just a hoodie inside and then a packing cube with some clothing like I'd bring to the gym. And then you can see here we've got this shoe compartment at the bottom that's kind of taking up some space there, so you can see how much the shoes will take up. Obviously these Vivo Barefoot Gobis are like really minimal and they can really compress down. So it's going to depend on the types of shoes you have in here. If you've got some like big steel-toed work boots, it's going to take up a lot more space on the top. This top flap here is this top access pocket, which we'll get to in a second. And then you've got like this little kind of stretchy divider pocket down here on the bottom, which, for me, it's kind of hard to utilize for a couple of reasons. So first of all, you've got this pocket kind of blocking the access there, and then it doesn't have a ton of stretch. So Aer does this thing where they've got just the stretch on the top, but then they use their liner material, which is apparently antimicrobial, by the way. They just use their liner material at the bottom, and there's no extra stretch. So some bags will use mesh here instead. So the entirety of this piece is stretchy, not just the top. So I've kind of been puzzled on how to utilize this. I mean, this is a hoodie. That's not really going in there. I suppose if you had like some socks or like a shirt, you could toss it down, or just some smaller items. I mean, it's there if you want it, but it is an interesting segmentation pocket, and then it stops kind of down right here at this spot. So it's about that high. So yeah, maybe smaller items or like a shirt or something like that, just to keep things separated. You can totally go with that, but not a ton in here. And then yeah, the rest of it's just a giant dump pocket, and like it was a little weird to me to use this in a backpack way, because I kind of like, you know, all the stuff just kind of goes to the bottom if you have anything loose. This is the best for like clothing and gym stuff, right? I mean, that's why it's called, you know, that's why it's in Aer's active line, right? So like this, it's fine if it's sitting down there, but if you have a bunch of like smaller loose items down here, it's kind of weird to operate this, because you like set the bag down duffel style, open it up, or if you're like leaning it on a chair to try to keep it up, you're kind of just zipping it down maybe halfway and trying to get inside and trying to get access to what's down on the bottom if you got smaller items, just so they don't all fall out. So that's a bit of a thing to talk about there. I think they nailed the use case here, but just in my observations, that's how it's been. So I'm gonna set these off to the side for now. Yeah, so we got that. These two side pockets here, I really think this looks slick. It looks like kind of like it's from the future. It's like an alien's eye or something like that. But yeah, if we open both of these up, you can just see the pocket is about like this size on both sides. So you get this top part. I've been using this side as a tech pouch, so I can accommodate an Apple Magic Mouse pretty well. And I have a bunch of other tech gear inside here. Let's see if I can give you a look. So I just dumped my tech gear basically in here. And I like that there's this top portion, right? Because if that was sewn in, you know, you got to put like the Magic Mouse in sideways or like try to jam it up on the top, but you can just kind of stick it that way. So you got that extra space on the top, which I appreciate. It allows you to just have a little bit more flexibility with what you put inside. Close that up. And then this side you can see I've just been using for like snacks. I got some gum in there, my sunglasses, etc. And then we've got sunglasses like in this plastic case. I don't keep raw sunglasses next to my keys, but I do love that Aer included a better key clip here. So the first time I saw this key clip was on an Evergoods bag, but it's just a little bit more robust than the typical clips that they use. And I think it's a big improvement. And that's something I've definitely complained about quite a bit in the past. So I do appreciate the upgrade here. It's a little bit more functional, a little bit more robust, and just better to use. So key clip there. Decent amount of like slack here if you want to access your door. It's not super long though, so just keep that in mind. Anchored right up here at the top in the middle. There we go. And then we have this top drop pocket, and that's what you saw kind of flapping around inside of the duffel portion of this bag. Open that up. You got just, you know, I've got my wallet in here, keys, headphones, a couple pens, pencils. If I had my phone in here right now, I just got it in my pocket now, but this is where I keep my phone too. It's got this really soft, nice liner, and I really love this material. The first time I saw this material was on Aer's capsule backpack. Really soft, nice in the hand, and clean as well. Because some will go soft and fuzzy, and I don't really like that as much, but this is like soft and clean and minimal. Gives it a little padding too, which is better than Aer's previous top drop pockets that just had that liner material. So big upgrade here on this. And then this is a self-locking YKK zipper, so it can unlock, it can unzip when it's in the upright position, but when it's down, can't unzip at all. So once you zip it back up, put it in that zipper garage to help with additional, you know, keeping moisture out. That's basically, you know, pretty locked in there, which I definitely appreciate that. All right. So that covers that portion. Let's get on to this back part of this bag. So if I open it up, you can see that it comes down just a little bit on this side, the wearer's left side. The wearer's right side, it comes down about 2/3 of the bag. Now this is another area that I saw a decent amount of comments on, of people thinking that it's a little bit too jammed in here to organize your stuff. And I think it totally depends on what you have inside. Like Andre in the pro community had brought this up in Pack Hacker Pro, and how it's like a little bit tight in these liner pockets, or he calls them flap pockets. So up here on the top, I've just got some more tech stuff just dumped in the top here, which I can access. While laptop is in, I've got a keyboard here. I've got my laptop stand here that slides in when it's in this case. But if it's not in this case, it's got these like rubber feet and it's hard to get in there. So as long as you have like more slippery and flat stuff, I think it can work here. But you can already see on the top here, this Moleskine notebook, or Moleskine, however you pronounce that brand name. is kind of getting, you know, it's a flat item, but you've got these tech things up here kind of pushing it out. And then you've got some additional items in this mesh pocket. I've got like a glasses case here that's also pushing stuff out. So if I pull that out, it's a lot flatter and better. As you can see, and I can kind of get a better view on it even just by pulling that out. So flat items work in here depending on how you pack them. And then I actually like it though. So I like that I've got my keyboard here. I like that I've got my laptop here. Again, same awesome liner that we saw in that top pocket. See the Cordura logo here. And then I like that I've just got other stuff in the back that I can just easily look into this bag and grab. You know, I've got a battery bank, Kindle, I've got a small little field notes notebook, and then I've got my Moleskine notebook there. I actually, you know, if you pack this right, I think it's totally fine. And some people might want it more wide open depending on what kind of items they're trying to pack here, but I personally like it. So let me pull this stuff out here. I'm gonna leave that in there. I'm actually gonna pull the Moleskine out just to get it out of the way. And then we've got this stretchy mesh pocket on the top. So this is what I'm talking about with that mesh on that front duffel part. If you rewind the video and look at that, I kind of wish that was made out of this mesh material. I think it makes a lot more sense. It's stretchy, you know, gives you a bit more segmentation, a bit more flexibility for that separate pocket, but it does work well up here on the top too. So I had my glasses case in there, but like any tech items too, I think would fit well in here. But again, can't go too bulky because it's pocket here, mesh pocket in the front, and then, you know, anything you put in this front pocket here, trying to give you a view here, and then your laptop. So it gets to be a lot, and you've got to be very conscious with how you pack it. Your items have to be good in order to use it in the best way possible. So there you have it, the Aer Duffel Pack 3. Head over to packhacker.com for the full review, as well as the best buying options that help support our channel at no additional cost to you. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to better gear. We'll see you in the next video.